Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Finance on Your Terms with your host, Mike Benasiak. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, you found this series, I'll call it the Pantsless series, or the Things Aren't Always What They Seem, kind of behind the scenes finances series, interesting so far. If nothing else, hopefully, it's just giving you some things to think about. As far as where I'm invested, what strings might be attached, and really what questions to ask if you don't know. So again, thank you for tuning in this week, and I do want to continue that. This episode is going to be about independent advisors, and the reason I use quotes with the independent side is because a lot of times, if you're working with an advisor, which I really do encourage, it doesn't have to be me, but I really do encourage you working with an advisor because I think it involves or it provides help, insight, for some very important things, your financial future, that you're not getting by just doing it on your own if you're not putting the time and effort into it like a professional advisor would. So if you're working with an advisor, a lot of times they'll call themselves independent because they might be independent in some ways or other, but are they truly independent? And I did this from a personal standpoint because I've worked for a couple independent advisory firms before I decided to go out and start my own. And each of those firms, when I made the transition to the second firm and then to start my own, I was able to take my book of clients, my clientele with, because I was what I would call truly independent. Those clients were my clients. I made sure they stayed my clients. And so as I was transitioned, that family of clients was able to transition with me. Where we get into the problem is that a lot of times advisors, if they're working for a firm, they could maybe not have that same ability to take you as a client with. Now, there are firms out there where their agents or their advisors are very captive. They have to use that firm's or that company's products and services. And that's it. And those proprietary products and services are all that they can sell. Now, that's pretty captive. That's pretty obvious, all right? And a lot of times, those are the same firms. Sometimes they're the bigger firms that they own that book from start to finish. Now, where we get into this gray area are a lot of times where an employee or an advisor may be working for a firm that allows them to sell different products and services, but then also has proprietary services along with that. So in some of those cases, the clients may be theirs. Sometimes the clients may not be theirs. It's all about that agreement. And so understanding, where their motivations lie. Do they have proprietary products? What are they selling you? Are they truly looking out for your best interest? And then I think the one that's most difficult to discern is a truly independent firm where you're an employee still, but you are an independent advisor, where you're not tied to any proprietary services. However, what is their agreement with that firm? If they were to leave that firm, are they able to take you as a client with? If not, that's not truly independent, because that puts them into a tight situation where they can't go somewhere else out of fear of maybe income loss or otherwise. And if they do, they lose all their clients. So again, they're very tied down to what they're able to do, especially if that firm forces them to use a certain custodian or possibly certain investment models, etc. So when you're looking for an advisor, or if you have an advisor now, ask them that question. If you leave this firm, are you able to take me with? And do you have any say in what we're invested in, what custodian we use, etc.? So ask those questions and find out if your advisor is truly independent. Do they have proprietary products and services? Is there anything they get paid a higher commission on? Are they truly fee only or only fee based? How do they get paid? What overheads are being taken from them, etc.? So those are very important things that can impact your financial future. So ask your advisor that question, or as you're out looking for an advisor or a certified financial planner, ask those questions. What is your terms? Am I truly your client, or am I the firm's client? Because I guarantee it makes a difference, okay, on how they're dealing with you as the client. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this episode of Finance on Your Terms. We are almost concluded. We got one more episode of what I would say is the pantsless perspective, the That's not what it seems, behind the scenes, finances, etc. So tune in, please share this video, and I will see you next week.